Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. I'm very excited today to talk about my April TBR. I usually tend to keep my TBR for April as small as I possibly can because middle grade March, I aim for reading a book a day. So in April, I like to leave a little bit more room for mood reading or taking a break if I need to. So today, the plan is I have one Patreon book club book. I have one patron pick. I have my 12 books to read in 2024 choice. And then I have my 5 books for my flip and roll. So I'm first going to tell you about these other 3 in hopes that maybe I can fit them in for flip and roll if I get prompts. So I'll explain the game again in a moment. But first of all, I will tell you that as of today, I put the poll up in Patreon a little bit late this month. But as of today, the book that is very clearly winning is The Waterkeeper by Charles Martin. This is the first in his Murphy Shepherd series. When I purchased this at a used bookstore, the woman at the counter said, "Oh my word, that is one of my favorite books ever." And that gets me so excited. I have read 1 or 2 other Charles Martin books and really enjoyed them. So I'm really looking forward to this. In this book, we follow Murphy Shepherd, the main character of this series. Murphy lives on his own in an island off the coast of Florida. One day out on the waterway, intercoastal waterway, he rescues this woman named Summer. His life takes a pretty dangerous turn. I feel like it's going to be a heavy hitting book dealing with modern day slavery and also this man who is grieving and isolated himself and potentially a romance between him and this character, Summer, that he rescues. I don't know. The recommendation that I picked from one of my patrons this month is Lightning Strike by William Kent Kruger. This is the prequel to his Cork O'Connell mystery series. So there are about 17 or 18 books in this mystery series. And then just last year or the year before, he wrote Lightning Strike, which is a prequel to the whole series, where I believe we see Cork O'Connell as a young kid and his sheriff father and how he grew up to then become the sheriff. So we kind of get him as a child. I did make sure that it was okay to read the prequel before ever knowing really anything about the rest of the characters. I was told that it would be okay. I'm excited about this because I have loved others by him. So I'm really looking forward to reading one of his mysteries. I'm not sure if Lightning Strike is a mystery or if it's just a prequel to the mystery series. We'll find out together. And then the third must read on my pile for the month is going to be one of my 12 books to read in 2024. There are 9 of them left. And the one that I'm going to be reading for April is America's First Daughter. I'm glad to pick this one. It is a historical fiction by Stephanie Dray and Laura Kamoe. This one has been on my TBR for quite a while. I did receive it as a Christmas gift from my BookTube Besties Christmas book exchange. I got this from Lindsay. So I'm really excited to finally read this. This follows Patsy Jefferson, who is Thomas Jefferson's daughter. So there we have it. Those are the 3. I have one more that is going to be a must read for me because I have a buddy read set up with one of my patrons and friends, Michelle. We're going to be reading Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. This is a book that is, for some reason, super intimidating to me. I mean, look, it's not very long, and almost to the person, everyone who reads it loves it. I have met I've heard very few people who didn't love it. So I don't know what my problem is, but I just have a feeling I'm not going to love it, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll be surprised. This is also going to be one of the books that must get read in the month of April. And now I'm going to play my game. Here's the game that I play each month now this year. It's called Flip and Roll. And the first thing I'm going to do is flip a coin. If I flip heads, I have to choose prompts from a prompt jar for each roll. If I choose tails, I have to spin a wheel for each roll. So I am very excited about this. The last 2 months I've gotten the prompt jar. January I got the wheel. So we've had a little bit of both. I don't think I brought a quarter in here. So once again, I'm going to use Alexa to flip a coin for me. Sorry if your Alexa goes off as well. Here we go. Alexa, flip a coin.
Okay. You got tails.
Ooh, tails. Okay, fun. So for tails, we're doing spinner wheels. So it looks like I'm not going to have very much control over my over my TBR this month, but I'm okay with that. I think it'll be fun to see what the spinners pick for me. It worked out pretty well in January, and because I've gone through a lot of my shelves, I am very excited about the books that are on my shelves. So we will see together how this goes. The next step, after knowing that the spinner wheels are going to pick for me, I'm going to roll a die 5 times. And for each time, it will choose one of these categories. And that is the spinner wheel or number generator. I don't think I still have one for my recommendations card. So I'll use the number generator for that. But basically, I have no control. So here we go. The first one is 6. 5-star prediction or free choice. I only have 2 5-star predictions left. This one already made it onto a TBR earlier in February, I believe, and I didn't get to it. So it's staying on my shelf. I should probably tell you that. Books that I choose, the 5 books that I choose each month for my TBR flip and roll game are staying on my TBR until I read them. So if I can work them in again, I'm going to do that. They're staying separately. They're not going back on the shelf. So I do have 2 books. I'm just going to flip another coin. This one will be heads, A View Across the Rooftops, and The Amulet will be tails. This is really sad that I still have these to read. I think it was, I don't know, September, October, when I last did a 5-star predictions video. I would really like to finish these up. So I'm not picky. I'm happy to read either one. I think I'm going to love both of them. So we're going to do heads, tails. Alexa, flip a coin.
Okay. You got tails.
Tails. Okay, so The Amulet is back on the TBR, still on the TBR, by Anne Bennett. So it's about a girl, Lara, diving into her grandmother's past when she finds this amulet that says for Surya on it. Then we also get Surya's story, who is a young, poor Malay girl working in a tailor shop in 1941 in a communal warehouse. It takes place in Singapore during World War II. So different part of the war that I'm not familiar with. So I'm really glad to finally, hopefully, get to this one. All right, so we're going to roll the die again. And we got a 2, which is Book of the Month. I do have a Book of the Month spinner wheel. So I've pulled up the very wintry Book of the Month list. I've added the most recent ones onto it already. So we are going to go ahead and see what's it going to pick for me. I'm nervous. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that snow. All right, so the wheel chose for me The Maid by Nita Prose. This is the vibes that I feel like I want right now, a lighter-hearted mystery. I'm just really pumped to finally have this. And I do have The Mystery Guest, the sequel, on my shelves too. So this would be really fun. It's also not very long. We follow a maid who's probably got some neurodiversity, possibly on the autistic spectrum. She discovers a dead body or gets wrapped up in the case of a dead body in the hotel where she works. And she decides she's going to try to solve the crime. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this. I know it has had some mixed reviews, but I think for the most part, people liked it. I'm hopeful that I will as well. So that is the second book for Flip and Roll. Let's go ahead and roll for number 3. Ooh, we've got a 4. Okay, so a 4. That is a series. Nope, that's not series. That is a recommendations cart. I do not have a spinner wheel set up for my recommendations cart because this is the one that I read from the most, and a bunch of them I've already read. Okay, so I've sorted my recommendations cart alphabetical title, and it looks like the total is 123. So I'm just going to have Alexa pick a number between 1 and 123, and we'll see what it is. Some of them are orange. That means I've already read them this year. And if I get one of those, I'll just pick another number. So Alexa, pick a number between 1 and 123.
Here's a number between 1 and 123. It's 23.
23. Okay, so 23 is Death on the Nile. So that is another mystery. I'm so glad that my spinner wheels are helping me out. That is going to be perfect. Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie, a classic mystery and one that I've never read. And there is an adaptation, so maybe I can watch the adaptation after. I think there's an adaptation. I'm pretty sure there is. But yeah, I'm just thrilled to get another mystery on the pile. So that is roll number 3. We are moving into roll number 4. Let's see what we're going to get. It is a 2, which is another book of the month. So we're going to go back to my book of the month spinner and let's see what other book it's going to give for me. All right, so we are back to my book of the month spinner wheel. Let's see what it's going to be. Bum, ba-da-bum. Oh my word. Guys, I'm so excited that I picked Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. This couldn't be any better. I had 3 book of the month books. I've moved my book of the month over to this little shelf where I used to have nonfiction. And up on the top, I had 3 pulled out that are kind of like priorities of what I want to read next. The Maid, Hello Stranger, and The River We Remember were the 3 books on top. And 2 of them got picked by the wheels. I'm so excited. So this is going to be a romance. I don't think it's a comedy though. It's about a woman who has face blindness. When she sees a person, then she can't remember. Once they walk away, she can't remember what they look like or something along those lines. And she's an artist, a portrait artist. So how does that affect her work? I love Catherine Center. I have really enjoyed all of her books that I've read, and I've read 3 or 4 of them already. This is her most recent, and I cannot wait to read it. So that's exciting for another book of the month. And we have one final roll. I hope that it goes as well as it's been going so far. We'll see. A 5, which is series. I am very excited. Okay, so here is my series wheel. Let's see what we're going to get. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Guys, I'm so glad that I got spinner wheels this month. Cold Clay is the next book in the Shady Hollow series by Juno Black. I really loved Shady Hollow and have been wanting to go back to this world of these woodland creatures who solve mysteries, which doesn't seem like a Krista thing, right? But I really enjoyed Shady Hollow. So we have another mystery. And I think I've said that's what I'm looking forward to. So yay for all of these, all of the above. Like this just is amazing. So we have the 3 books that I have to read for Patreon and my 12 books in 24. So we've got The Waterkeeper, America's First Daughter, and Lightning Strike by William Kent Kruger. And then this is what got picked for Flip and Roll. Yay! Oh my word, I'm so beyond excited. So roll number 1 was a 5-star prediction. I only have 2 left, want to finish them. So we have a historical fiction in The Amulet by Anne Bennett. Then we have 3 mysteries. Can you believe it? But the first was a book of the month, The Maid by Nita Prose. Then we have a recommendations cart, Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. Then we have another book of the month, Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. And then a book that continues a series, Cold Clay by Juno Black. And look, they're not very long. Like this stack is not very high, which means I will probably have lots of room for some mood reading as well. So altogether, we'll add these 3 to the stack. So this is going to be my April TBR. I feel like it's going to be a great reading month overall. I just can't believe how nice the wheels were to me this month. Oh, plus Lightning Strike. Don't forget that. So I would love to hear from you. Have you read any of these? Did you love them? Do you think I'm particularly going to like any of them? What are you the most excited to read in the month of April? I would love to hear that as well. Let's talk all things bookish or anything else you want to talk about in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel and all of your encouragement along the way. You guys are seriously the best and I really appreciate you. And I look forward to talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.